Hey, welcome in as we visit with the general manager of the AAA Norfolk Tides, Joe Gregory. Joe has been with the team since October of 2011, a Youngstown State graduate. He's also worked some in professional hockey, but pretty excited about what he's got going in Norfolk. And I do not get there nearly as much as obviously I get to the in-state Oriole teams, but I love any trip to Harbor Park. It's a beautiful place to go. So, Joe, thanks for joining me today. Appreciate the visit.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Looking forward to it.
Let's talk about the rough last few months, and then let's move ahead and look about what's going to be better about minor league baseball. And we're just glad it's going to be back in 2021. These last few months, Joe, the uncertainty of what was going to happen. Would Major League Baseball take it over? What would it mean for teams? What teams were still going to go on? I mean, it had to be very uncertain to keep coming back to that word in your world, in the world of the Tides.
Yeah, this, definitely the last 12 months is something, no one's gone through what, the world's gone through, let alone minor league baseball. And, you look, we haven't been open since September of 2019, let alone, the year that we've had the pandemic. So it's been a difficult year that no one could have foreseen. And I feel like as soon as you make a plan, the rules change. And then besides the pandemic, like you mentioned, you have the change in the relationship with Major League Baseball. And, that's a whole other dynamic that has been, a lot of meetings, a lot of Zoom calls like this, a lot of contracts you got to read. And it's to say it's been a trying year is definitely putting it lightly.
And Joe, everybody was wondering in Birdland, it looked like Aberdeen would become a full season affiliate, and that could knock somebody out. And obviously, Frederick went to the MLB Draft League, and I know they're excited about the possibilities there. Was it ever did you think the Tides were ever in danger of leaving the Orioles organization, or was there any knowledge sent to you that you're probably going to be around as an organization and an Oriole affiliate?
It's something where I feel like we were in a good situation from the get-go, where geographically we fit in well with just the East Coast and the concentration of AAA teams, let alone our proximity to Baltimore. Our stadium, while it is coming up on 30 years old, it's still a great place to play. And for the metrics that Major League Baseball is looking for as far as player wellness and health and safety, while we may not have everything, we have the room to do everything. So, I give credit to Dave Rosenfield, my predecessor, when he helped design the ballpark. He designed, he knew what he was doing, and he designed a lot of extra space that we could grow into some other areas. So I feel like the ballpark put us in a good situation. And the Hampton Roads, Norfolk market is a great market. Not that the players get a lot of off time, but, it's, the beach is pretty close. There's plenty of golf courses. The guys, genuinely seem to enjoy being here. So we didn't have any guarantees, but knowing what Major League Baseball was looking for, I felt good about our chances of remaining the AAA affiliate of the Orioles.
Let's talk about what the next few years might hold for minor league baseball now that Major League Baseball has taken over. What positives do you see? What is going to be good for individual teams in Norfolk, Frederick, Bowie, and throughout the nation, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of uncertainty. It's definitely a unique atmosphere. I mean, I started working in single A short season, when I was 24, 25, and you're definitely get used to a certain way of doing things, and I feel like everything's completely changed now. So, not saying that's a bad thing. It's just it's uncertain. The positives, I believe, are we're working with a partner in Major League Baseball that has a lot of power behind it, has a lot of influence behind it, but has resources that maybe minor league baseball didn't. And there's always opportunities to grow the game, and I feel like, especially on the media side of things, the streaming, the content, and things like that might present some opportunities. And the exposure that Major League Baseball can give to the Tides and minor league baseball in general, reaching an audience that maybe we haven't been able to reach. So, we're working with a partner now that has a lot behind them that maybe we haven't had access to in the past.
If it's not happened already, at some point, if powers that be in New York start asking individual general managers and minor league clubs, what's important to the growth of the game over the next few years, and they ask your input, what would you tell them?
Well, I mean, the growth, I believe, is obviously the youth, the families. That's what I believe we need to grow. For minor league baseball, it's getting people out to the ballpark and experiencing it. And as great as streaming and everything it is, Harbor Park, you're sitting there on the Elizabeth River watching boats go by and having sausage sandwiches and barbecue. And I think it's important to get kids involved in wanting to come out to games and let them experience that so that they'll want to come back and be a fan of the Norfolk Tides, but then grow them into fans of baseball and Major League Baseball. So I think anything we can do to get people engaged to come to the park, because people's free time, it's valuable. There's so many other things kids or families can be doing. So really getting them to experience it in person, I feel like is the most important thing we could do to get them to be long-term, lifelong fans of the game.
Everybody wants to know, fans of the Orioles in Baltimore, the Tides in Norfolk, the Bay Sox in Bowie, can fans attend games? What do you know as it stands today? And a lot can change moving forward for the Tides.
Right now in Virginia, the number is 250. I know Old Dominion basketball has been playing in front of 250 fans. Obviously, our ballpark can accommodate more than that. We have 13,000 or so as our capacity. We've been working with the governor, and I believe the governor is doing what he can to progress to maybe a percentage-based approach. And I know he's heard our voices not only in Norfolk, but the other teams in Richmond and Fredericksburg and Salem and Lynchburg that, we want to open up, obviously in the safest way we can, because player safety, fan safety, safety of our staff is, paramount to everything. But we're hoping that at some point, whether it's by opening day or shortly into the season, we get on some percentage-based approach, and whatever that percent is. But at 13,000 seat ballpark, I feel like we can safely accommodate in space to a number, significantly more than 250 people.
Mm-hmm. So if AAA can open in early April as planned, right now, at least 250 people could attend, you think, and your hope is that obviously expands and grows.
Yeah, the number's 250 now, and hopefully we'll be growing that number shortly after, or if not, by the beginning of the season.
We're talking with Joe Gregory, general manager of the AAA Norfolk Tides. They've been a team in existence in Norfolk since 1969, a longtime Mets affiliate, became an Orioles affiliate in 2007. They've won 5 International League titles, not yet under the auspices of the Orioles. Hopefully that's still to come. And Joe, speaking of the Orioles, what has the relationship been like between Baltimore and Norfolk?
In my time there, it's been a great relationship. Everyone, I've interacted with has been great. Normally you and I would be in Sarasota. You're there longer than I am, but I'd come down, take our staff out to dinner, meet with Kent Qualls and over the years, whichever general manager it was, at Ed Smith Stadium there. So I truly enjoyed the relationship we have with Baltimore. I talked to Kent often. I think Friday was the last time we had a Zoom call with all the GMs in the system. So I really enjoyed that. The managers we've had, the players that have come through, has been a really enjoyable experience my entire time here.
When we think about minor league baseball, the word fun comes to mind, man. It's just fun to go to a minor league game anywhere. You're so close to the players. It's such a different experience from Major League Baseball. The prices are much more reasonable for fans, tickets, concession, parking, everything. What makes it fun for you? Are there nights, even in your job with a million things going on, that you can walk around Harbor Park and go, I'm going to just enjoy an inning or two and have some fun here?
It's rare that I can sit down and watch an inning or two. But I enjoy those hot July Saturday nights where we have 10, 12,000 people in the park. We're shooting fireworks, everyone's having a good time. Hopefully we're winning. I just enjoy interacting with the fans. I enjoy the totality. I believe when you're a minor league general manager is you get to have your hands involved in just about everything. You're working with the manager, you're working with the umpires, you're working with the concessions, the promotions, the ticket sales, the parking, but you're out talking to the fireworks guys where, people often say, well, don't you want to, go to the big league someday? And honestly, I don't, because I feel like once you get to that major league level, you're either pigeonholed or it's a more corporate atmosphere. And my brother's vice president of a NHL team. So, I've seen that major league level up close. It really, the interaction with the fans, just they become like a family. And I know that sounds cliche, and but I mean, honestly, it's I have those certain season ticket holders. I have to stop by and talk to them every game, and if I don't, I'm going to hear about it the next game. So it's really a special thing to have.
So we lost your picture for a second. There you are.
Yeah, sorry, I got a call. It was actually the general manager of our Albuquerque team just called.
Oh, okay. You got more business to do.
I had to decline that call. I wasn't sure if the camera was still going or not.
Well, Joe, I appreciate the time you took today. And I mean, what you said at the end, I feel that every time I walk around an Oriole ballpark, fans is family. I've seen it. The general managers, you guys know these people by name. You serve your community so well. And we look forward to seeing the game in Harbor Park soon. And thank you for taking time for me today. Really appreciate the interview.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Always enjoy talking to you, and hopefully I see you at Harbor Park sooner rather than later.
You got it.
All right, take care, Steve.
Thanks, Joe.